Hi everyone and welcome back to another lesson in the Scratch Tower Defense game tutorial. I'm Masi
And I'm Zach.
and today we're gonna add the player movements. Right, so in this lesson we're not gonna add the animations, but we are gonna add the player movements. So
I was very disappointed to find that out.
the suspense is good. We'll come
I
to
know.
that in the next one. So in this one, he's just gonna be able to move from left to right. And in the next lesson, or in the next few lessons, we'll add in his animations.
The walk cycle.
The walk cycle that's the technical term. So back inside Scratch, we're gonna head over to events, and we want another when flag clicked. Now there are a few ways to do walk cycles, but this is just the method that we prefer. Now here's what we need. We need to add an event listener, I think, is that what we call it? So we need to tell Scratch to always be aware or alert for an input from the user.
That is true. That's actually a pretty complicated
way of saying it.
Yeah, that's a very cool way of saying it.
Basically, what we need to do is we need to tell Scratch forever if someone is pressing the left or the right button, then do something else.
Do a certain action. Do something.
Okay, so let's work on implementing that. So we're going to obviously grab in the forever piece first. Okay, so as long as the game is running, Scratch will always be looking for an input from the user. Next, we want the if piece. And we're going to take this if then piece and we're going to place it inside the forever piece. Okay. And now we can see that we have a place in the if then piece, like a little diamond cutout that's waiting for something to be placed inside. And the piece we're going to place in there comes from sensing. Under sensing, the first option, no, sorry, not the first one, somewhere down here, the key something pressed. It says key space pressed. That's the one that we need. So we're going to grab that, and you can see the shape already matches. And once we get close to this cutout, there's a little white outline that'll come and it'll snap into place. Okay. So we're going to click on this drop down next to space, and we're going to change this to, let's do the right, moving right first. Okay. So we click right arrow, then do something else. Okay.
Okay, so let's go through what we have so far. So you have when green flag clicked, right? So that's when you start your game. Forever. So until the game has stopped. Forever, if the right arrow key is pressed to perform a certain action that we're going to put in now. So that's what we have so far. Let's what are we going to put inside?
Okay, we're going to put is it change X?
That's
change
right.
X.
It's
okay,
change
cool.
X
cool.
by...
I always get confused with the positions on the Cartesian plane. Okay, cool.
Can be confused. That's why we look at the bottom right, and you'll see X has the two arrows pointing left and right, and Y has them pointing up and down. That's an easy way to remember.
Cool. So we're going to head over to motion. We're going to grab the change X by 10 button. So we're going to grab that and we're going to place that inside our if then piece. And I think we're ready to test our game out. What do you think?
I think so.
Okay, so let's hit the flag and we'll click the left arrow first and see nothing happens. But when I click the right arrow,
it moves.
It moves.
It works. Okay, well,
it's not perfect yet.
He's gone.
He's gone off the screen. Okay, and there's no way to bring him back. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the same thing for the left arrow. Okay, so we're gonna head back to events, get a when flag clicked, scroll down until, or to the control section, forever, if then, and put that in the forever, sensing, key, left arrow pressed. Okay, and now we use a change Y.
Why? Why would we do that?
Because Y is opposite of X.
No,
okay.
No, it's not. So how this works is Y is still up and down, X is left and right, but right now we can see he's only moving right with X. So what we do is we use negative numbers.
Cool. Okay.
So whatever
I get
number,
it.
just add a minus in front. So you're going to put
So-
minus 10.
Okay, and that's going to make him move in the opposite direction. Got it. So let's hit the flag and let's test it out. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, that's cool. It's already taking shape, but we still have a few problems. I think my first problem is that I think he's moving a bit too fast.
I think so
And-
too. Yeah, especially walking sideways.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the second option obviously is that he just floats right off the fort. That's
right.
not-
Yeah.
not
Realistically, he'll just fall off the edge.
Mhm. So we need to build something in to stop that from happening.
What will we do?
A simple collision detection.
Collision detection. Right. You hit me. I felt that. I detected collision. That's
Okay.
That's the basics of collision detection.
And that's it. So what are we detecting? We're detecting the edges of the fort. Okay, so every time he's touching the edges, he's going to detect it and say, oh, there's something here. And what should he do? Well, not fall over, of course. So-
But there's no real way of saying if you're touching the edge of the fort. So we instead are gonna use a little trick.
Okay, and let's see how that works. But first, let's go ahead and change the speed. So instead of 10, I'm just going to bring it down to halfway, 5. And we'll do the same thing for the left arrow, remembering that we have to hit -5. Okay, so to do the collision part, we need to get another if statement in there. So we're saying, if the right arrow is pressed, then do something. But also, if he's touching the edge of the fort, do something else. Okay. So we're going to head back to control and we're going to grab another if then piece and we're going to place this one inside the other if then piece but underneath the change x by. Okay, so it's going to fit right in there.
That looks like a very complex piece right now.
It does, and actually this is why I like to break up these pieces, because once you keep adding more and more pieces inside one section, it starts to get a little bit confusing.
Becomes hard to follow.
Yeah. So for now, we'll keep it like this. But once we start doing the animations, we'll start breaking it up into different sections, just so that it's easier for us to read. So, like we said now, in this if statement, we want to check if our player is touching the sides of the fort. Now, like Zach said, there's no actual way to do that, but there is a few tricks that we can use. And this time, we're going to use the sensing touching color section piece. Okay, so we're going to grab this diamond piece under the sensing tab, and we're going to place that in there.
Admittedly, I bet you all are confused, wondering why. Tell us why.
Okay, since the entire fort is made up of one sprite, we can't tell the player to look for the edge or look for the back or look for the floor. It doesn't really know what any of that is. But we can use colors. Now, if we look at our fort, we can see it's made up of many different colors. And we know the fort is a different color. The floor of the fort is a different color and the walls are a different color. So all we need to do is put in the color of the walls in the touching color section, and our player will, well, it'll look like he knows what the walls are. Like I said, it's a trick. It's not actually
Still
real piece.
a bit confused for now, but
Let's see how it works. Okay, so we're gonna select that exact color of the wall, and to do that, we click on this icon here. It looks like a color picker. Well, it is a color picker. So we click on that, and now we can choose a color from our stage. So we want to choose the color of the wall. So right there.
you want to get the brown part rather than the
The dark brown part.
the dark brown part rather than the light brown.
Okay, I think that should be the right color.
All right, let's test it out.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Why?
Well, because we didn't give it a command. We just told it if you touch in this color, and that's it. We need to add
There was just
movement.
silence. Okay, cool. So Scratch is waiting for us to give it another command. So to do that, we're going to head back to motion, and we're going to grab the change X by and place it in there. Okay. But then we're going to do something a little bit weird. We're going to change this to -5.
When you move towards the wall, you are when you click right and you move in towards the wall, you are moving 10 steps to the
So 5 steps.
5 steps to the right. Now what we're saying is when you touch in the edge of the fort, the color of the edge of the fort, move in the opposite direction. So every time it moves back, it's going to move forward again, and it's in an infinite loop, making it look or give the sort of illusion that it's still. Let's see it in practice.
Okay. So we click the green flag, and I'll move to the right. And look at that. It actually looks like there's a wall that he can't float through anymore. That's pretty cool. It's not working anymore.
Right, because we have to do it on the left side as well.
Also, he's stuck. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and fix that. So we're gonna do the same process again. We're gonna head over to control. We're gonna grab not a forever, an if then piece, and place that underneath the change X by number. Under the sensing section, we want touching color, and we'll choose the same color. Use the color picker. Can we just get it from, oh no, we can't. Okay, so we just grab that dark brown color. I can just get it from here. I don't know why.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter where, as long as it's the same color.
Cool. And then back to motion, and we want the change X by. And because when we move left, we're changing X by -5, this one needs to be the opposite, which will be +5.
It's the same concept where you move in one direction, but when you touch in the color or the wall, you move in the opposite direction, giving you an infinite cycle of moving back and forth that appears to just be still.
Mm-hmm. And look, it doesn't even look like his movie. It actually looks like he's hitting a solid wall.
How did you get unstuck?
When I hit the flag, because we programmed him to go back to the starting position.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. It was hidden. Okay. So that's it for this lesson. In the next one, we'll start adding the player animations, which is
I can't
exciting.
wait.
I love that part. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.